taking perfectly working vehicles. They drain the oil, they pour sodium silicate solution into the crankcase and run the engines as fast as they can until the engines blow up. I am so offended. I mean, after all that we are getting from the government about the need to recycle and don't waste our precious resources, and we've got to control carbon emissions into the atmosphere, and then we take these perfectly working vehicles and deliberately destroy them. We don't strip them for the parts to keep other old cars running. No, of course not. The goal here is to go back to that society where we're always being forced to buy brand new of everything because it gets more money out of our pockets and into the corporations. The American car makers can't make cars that we want to buy, so we're keeping our old cars longer. They bribe us to give them up, and then they destroy them so that other people can't use them. There wasn't some charity that could use that vehicle. There wasn't a non-profit social services organization that could use that vehicle. Could the state and county governments use an extra SUV? I mean, this is nonsense. All of the raw material that went into that vehicle, all of the energy and carbon emissions generated by the manufacturer of that vehicle, and it's just thrown away. Cash for clunkers. $3 billion spent of taxpayer money, ostensibly to save $300 million worth of gasoline, but they boosted auto sales, mostly for the Japanese car companies. This is the quality of decision-making we're getting out of the U.S. federal government. Do you want them holding that needle over your arm? I don't think so. But Obama's out there doing his job. He's extended the state of emergency from 9/11, and he's also extended the Cuba embargo 1 year, thereby proving that the United States of America holds the record for petty vindictiveness at the national level. It's been 50 years. 50 years since our boy Batista got his tushy bounced out of Havana, and Castro went in there and refused to loot the Cuban people to satisfy American corporations like United Fruit and PepsiCo and so forth and so on. Or maybe, let me give Obama the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Obama does not want some of those really good Cuban car mechanics coming here to the United States and keeping our old vehicles running for the next 30, 40 years like they're doing down in Cuba, because then we wouldn't go out and buy the new monstrosities from the U.S.-owned or invested in American automobile manufacturers. Maybe that's what he was thinking. We can give him a little more credit for creativity and intelligence there. But I mean, talk about petty. Talk about petty. It is just amazing. Now then, final story here. Senators Graham, Lieberman, and McCain are joining the call for more troops in Afghanistan. Okay? I wonder if any of their kids are going to be on the front lines there. Probably not. I don't think so. Something tells me that somehow the children of these people who push for war somehow are out of the way of the bullets flinging back and forth. I think when we start thinking about the next nation, or when we start thinking about the road to peace in the future, I think every nation on earth should have a law that the government officials that vote for war are obligated to put their own children on the front lines of that war. Stalin actually did it in World War II. Put his own sons on the front lines against the Germans, and he lost, I think, 2 of them. But in the United States, oh no, if you're a politician and you're pushing for war on Israel's enemies, your own kids stay home safe. Other people's children get to die. And you get to pay for it, and pay for it, and pay for it, and pay for it. All right, we're almost to the end of the show here, and I have got one final story. This one is just getting more and more absurd with each passing day. We reported end of last week that in Jericho, Arkansas, the fire chief had gone to court to argue over a bogus traffic ticket. Apparently in this town, the police are completely out of control. They're doing nothing but writing tickets. All the businesses have closed. The town is broke, and yet they can afford all these police officers running around and writing these tickets. The fire chief was arguing about his ticket being bogus. One of the officers shot him in the back in the courtroom. The police officers are not being charged. The Jericho fire chief is being charged with battery on a police officer, I guess from the hospital bed. That's it for our show tonight. We'll be back tomorrow here on GCN at 5 p.m. Central Time. Until then, stay safe, stay angry, stay skeptical. Stand up, protest, scream, get angry. Now's the time. And aloha, America.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson introducing a new way to listen to GCN on your cell phone. If you own a smartphone like BlackBerry, iPhone, or Arnold G1, there's a free application called Flycast. Simply download, install, and within minutes you'll be listening to your favorite GCN shows from the convenience of your phone. Go to GCNlive.com, download the Flycast application, and begin listening in a whole new way. The place to go to is GCNlive.com. Again, that's GCNlive.com, application Flycast. We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.